Hey, you're watching Redvolution Rampage on YouTube, and today we're gonna have a very serious discussion.
What?
Serious.
Serious?
I said serious.
Don't worry, we have something for that, but I need
What?
to change.
What are you doing?
Serious hat!
Is that Noah Hannigan's helmet?
Used to be.
Today's topic is about the original six.
And how the concept should go away.
So, seriously, today's topic about the original six. So, the concept of the original six was great back in the day.
Oh, it was great back in the day when it was only a couple handful of teams. When the league was born, the original six was a great thing. They were the originators. They put the fans out there and really expanded hockey in both Canada and the US. But the concept needs to go away. They get way
Maybe
too
not
much.
go away so much as it probably needs to sort of fade away. And the reason is the reason for it is
Look at NBC. That's all you need to look at. Every game that's on NBC.
I still can't take you serious with that helmet on. Anyway,
Serious helmet.
It's the serious helmet, folks. Every single game that has the original six in it is touted as the original six. So who are the original six today? You have the Montreal Canadiens.
And they're admittedly this season they're pretty good. They're right on the cusp
They're on the
of
cusp. They
playoffs.
might not make the playoffs.
They may not, but the fact that they're in the fight makes it worth watching that team.
Okay, but do you know what team is in the playoffs? It's the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's the second of the six.
Yeah,
right?
and they're gonna have the massive exposure. They have the headquarters in Toronto for the NHL.
And
they have John Tavares. They have all the name brands that's there, so they're gonna get on TV. They're Canada's team.
the Toronto Maple Leafs have the biggest TV market for hockey.
Pretty much, but you know who doesn't? Ottawa. They are not original 16, but they're so close to them that they don't have the big market. But everyone keeps trying to say that they belong in that topic.
Well, they don't, and then that's the problem. It's because they're not part of the original 16. They're suffering because they're not doing well. And that should happen to all original six teams, not just teams that are doing bad. And who are the next four original six?
Well, let's go to the land of cars. It is Detroit.
That's right, the Detroit Red Wings, who will miss the playoffs for, is it the third?
I believe it's the
season?
third consecutive season after
Third
what,
consecutive-
26 years in a row?
So they were good once upon a time, and now they're not.
And yet they still get national exposure at least every other month.
Because they're an original six team, which they are, and their history should be touted, but it shouldn't put other teams, it shouldn't penalize other teams.
One thing that, especially with Detroit right now, everybody knew they were not going to be good this year. Everybody knew it, and yet they still got 10 nationally televised games.
Fans were wearing Hughes, as in Jack Hughes, jerseys, because the tank for Hughes began in October for the Detroit Red Wings.
I believe they're actually in the position to get them right now if the lottery system works. Another video. We got Detroit. They're the first American team we talked about. Who's next? Oh, the Rangers.
The New York Rangers, a team that's currently rebuilding, and they're rebuilding so badly that last year they had to send a letter out to their fans.
To
Now,
say they were going to tank.
Pretty much, and that's acceptable. You know, they had class. They went into this with a sort of, hey, look, this is going to be a rough ride.
And this year it really proved it because they started trading away everything at the trade deadline. Zuccarello, gone.
I mean, they traded away everything that wasn't bolted down.
Except Lundqvist.
Well,
He's the only shining light they have left.
And the question becomes for later, does Lundqvist have a market? But that's for another video.
Oh, you mean the Swedish king? Oh, he has a market. No, don't worry about that.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe not. It is a
Now, let's go to their main rival for at that time, Boston.
That's right. The Boston Bruins are the only American team from the original six that is currently in the playoff spot.
Wow, that's actually surprising. How long has it been since we've been able to say that?
Last year.
Touche. But still, Boston has been around forever. Everybody knows they're a good hockey market. They've been consistently good, but you get tired of them after a while.
And they get tired of each other because did you know that the icing call came from a Boston and New York game? But anyway, so that's where icing comes from because they did it against each other in a game back in 1960 something, and they had to change the rules because it got annoying.
We gotta live with it now, but don't worry, it's not as bad as a conundrum as goalie interference.
But let's go to the final.
Oh, you mean the team that was a dynasty in the early millennium into about 2015, but now they fall off the face of the earth?
I mean, they're only 3 years away from their last Stanley Cup championship.
And that would be the Chicago Blackhawks.
That's right. And the Chicago Blackhawks this year, well,
they stole Cam Ward.
I was going to say they started Cam Ward to begin the season because
Corey Crawford
is made out of glass.
Pretty much. I mean, the dude's been with them pretty much their entire run in every Stanley Cup, and he needs to stop soon. If not this year, next year. The guy has had way too many injuries in 1 year. It's ridiculous.
So Chicago Blackhawks, they've been terrible.
Well, granted, the entire Western Conference has been terrible.
Yeah. Outside of all the teams getting NBC Sports Network specialties and stealing away John Forslund from us, Chicago's getting 19 games. 19.
That's 18 too many. Or maybe a little handful, maybe 4 or 5. That's way too many. And we like John Forslund. Leave him alone.
All right, do you know how many Vancouver's getting?
Do I care? It's Vancouver.
Goose egg.
How many did we get?
We got one. Uno!
Wow. And that's probably the most we've had in how many years? About 3.
And I think it's coming later this month, and we're playing against Washington. But it's not a home game for Carolina. It's a home game for Washington. So does it really count as we getting one?
No.
No, it really doesn't.
No, but you know what will? Getting in the playoffs.
Yes. So that's the thing. So should the originals...
Drop my phone.
So that's the thing. Should the original 6 continue to be a reason to market games? Are the original 6 still marketable?
They really are, because you got to realize that some of these teams have the biggest fan base. In Chicago, even though they suck, they still sell tickets. But here's the thing, though. They have gotten so many things over the years, including, but not limited to, so many stadium series, the Winter Classic. Who in a non-major market, a non-northern major market, got in a Winter Classic?
Nashville did.
Nashville did?
And Dallas.
Well, Dallas is hosting.
That's next year.
Dallas is
next
hosting.
year.
They are the first non-northern market to get a Winter Classic, and that is ridiculous.
Well, some would say the technology hasn't come around, but technology's been here.
Dude, did you forget that they held a stadium series at Dodger Stadium?
Oh, is it like really warm there?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know California was warm.
Oh, you really think so? Here, okay. Let's look at the southern markets that actually could host a Winter Classic or Stadium Series. Period. Number 1, Washington.
Well, Washington's farther up north, really.
But they still technically count as a southern team.
Well, if you're looking at Canada like the north, and they're the wall. I mean, Washington to us, that's what we call the north, really. And they're the how do I put this in Game of Thrones terms?
Winter is here.
I'm trying to say is that the original 6. The biggest issue with them is that other teams market them. That means teams that are not original 6 market when an original 6 is coming to town, and they say, hey, an original 6 team is coming. Why? Why are you taking away from your own fandom, from your own accomplishments to show the original 6? Why are you using the original 6 to sell your team, taking away from your history and your accomplishments?
I don't know. We don't do that.
But do we not?
Good point.
And to a point, even the Hurricanes are doing this. Because whenever an original 6 team comes to town, we call it a gold game, right? We sell it even higher, and the ticket's a little bit more expensive. Why? Because we know that when original 6 team comes in town, we're probably going to sell more tickets.
Well, not only that, Carolina's market is made for the northern away fans.
Where it's a little warmer here and people don't like the cold.
Yep.
But they complain that it's not cold here, so we shouldn't have hockey here.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much that's the argument. But
cognitive dissonance.
But with the original 6, yes, we understand. You started the league. But it doesn't mean that you should own the league in 2019.
You don't see this in other sports. I get that teams like the Yankees and the Red Sox are carrying baseball to a degree, but you don't see them calling themselves, well, we're the original whatever teams, and we're Harkness from then. If you're not one of our fans, you're not a real baseball fan. I mean, you get that from Original 6 fans. If you're not a fan of the Original 6, then you didn't grow up on hockey. You just got hockey. You don't belong hockey. You're not part of the hockey market. Hockey, it's not a hockey town. It's like, I'm sorry, town. What year is it? No one lives in hockey towns anymore. It's all hockey cities.
Hockey markets, really, like Raleigh. We're not really a city. It's starting to become more of a metropolitan area because everything's spread out.
It's a metropolis. And if you think that hockey doesn't belong here in the South, well, I got news for you. There are hockey players that come from right here that are starting to move up in the world.
Oh, they're starting to, and if things go the way we want, not only will the players not only start going to other teams, they'll start coming back. They'll start coming back to the home squad.
It'll be a time when we have our own version of an Austin Matthews from Carolina.
Hopefully North Carolina.
Hopefully. One day. We'll see.
Hopefully. South Carolina, if you get us a player first, we'll see.
So what do you think about the original 6 teams? Are they good for hockey? Or continuously touting them is bad for hockey? That's our argument. What's yours?
Tell us in the comments below and we might answer you.
Or not.
Depends.
Be nice. Don't be a jerk.
If you want us to have more conversation, follow us on social media, especially Twitter, because more likely we'll see it. Hi, I'm Zach of Redvolution Rampage. If you like that video, click here for more. If you want to listen to all of our podcasts, click here. If you want to improve the channel and support us, like, share, and subscribe.